let's
So
just
there
get
was
right
a
to it.
report that the Morellos or not the Morellos, the Ishbias are not pursuing the Coyotes. Cross that one off the list. Where to start with this one? First of all, semantics, not pursuing them right now. You know why they're not pursuing them right now? Because they're not for sale yet. I don't know if they will be for sale because we don't know if Alex Morello is going to be able to pull this off. So to say that they're not pursuing them, yeah, that's pretty much what any potential local buyer would say at this point. Does it mean that the Ishbias aren't interested? I wouldn't go that far. And I would also go as far as saying that report didn't come from the Suns. So that's troubling to me. It didn't come from the Suns. You know the way I operate. You guys know the way I operate. I deal with primary sources. I don't care what secondary sources say. And I'll also say this about sources. Most of them have an agenda. Most of them are pushing an agenda. And you better be careful that as a reporter, you're not helping them push that agenda. All I will say right now is nothing has changed materially. As I told you in the newsletter, I expect something coming soon. As I said in the Discord this morning, right around the Super Bowl. I doubt they would do it before the Super Bowl because that'd be weird timing news-wise. They're really not in the public eye. So I think we're going to get something right after the Super Bowl, something from the league. Do I think it's going to be definitive? This is the plan? I wouldn't go that far, but I think it's going to be another step toward a resolution. Again, we don't know what's going to happen, and we are not at the point of saying, oh, it's time to, pack up the rugs and everything else and move to Salt Lake City. It's not responsible to say that at this point. It's not responsible to tweet a picture of Salt Lake City with eyeballs above it. Come on, do better as reporters. I remind you again, local reporting matters. Pay attention to the people on the ground here. And by the way, I've seen some shade being thrown at other national reporters. Like I saw what Elliot Friedman said today, and I didn't find anything wrong with anything that Elliot Friedman said today. I thought he was on point with everything. So stop throwing shade his way. Elliot's not saying anything's resolved, but he is saying that we're coming close to a resolution and time may be running out on this current ownership group. He ain't wrong about that, and we've been saying that ourselves. But we are not at the point yet where it's time to say, pack it up. The Coyotes are leaving Arizona. Do I need to say anything more?
Well, I just think, Craig, you talk
ahead.
about this local, the Ishbia thing. How would another owner of another sports team go out and publicly pursue a team that's already owned by, what kind of a look would that be? Plus, what would that do for negotiations into the future?
Right.
Ridiculous.
Like, think about the legal angles of that as well. Like, no, that's not going to happen at this point. It's not going to happen.
So pursue is the wrong word. If my neighbor's house isn't for sale, I'm not knocking on his door. But when the for sale sign goes up, buddy, I'm checking my bank account. So pursue is the key word in this sentence. Matt Ishbia, is he interested versus pursuing it? I think the answer to that is yes. He said
it becomes for sale, as his spokesperson told us long ago. If this team does ever go up for sale, they would absolutely entertain the idea of a conversation.
Yeah, that hasn't changed. Has not happened yet. That has not occurred. And the only other thing that has changed, Craig, is I think the pressure from Gary Bettman is finally coming to a head from the Board of Governors. I think there is going to be, as you've alluded to already, on the Super Bowl, when there's a lot of noise in sports going on, that there may be a little harsher deadline pushed on the Morellos, because the Morellos at some point have to get this deal done or they have to move on. At some point, there has to be a hard deadline. And what that deadline is yet to be announced, because we keep pushing that down the goal line. And I think that could happen sooner than later. But by no means does this mean this team is leaving Arizona at this point at all. Yeah. There is so much presumption to that is not the case today.
And beyond the deadline, I think there may be some other conditions placed on the Morello group as well. So it's coming to a head. It's coming to a head soon. Again, it'll be a step. I don't expect, like, right after the Super Bowl, oh, this is what's happening with the Coyotes next season. No, I don't think we're going to get there. I'd be very surprised if we get there. But it's going to be a significant step, and there's going to be a significant message and action from the league.
All I would add is that until there is something concrete, just take every report you read with a grain of salt. And I know there's a lot of anxiety right now among the fan base. This is all anyone in our Discord's talking about. It's all we're seeing on Twitter. And I understand it. And I understand that it's really hard to care about what's going on with the team on the ice right now when all of this is going on off the ice. I get it. Trust me, like we're right in it with you all, because this is our livelihoods. Like it's not just, like the fans of this team care so much.
Yeah.
And I get it. And I've been there. So we're all invested. We all want to see this resolved, and we will continue to cover it as accurately and thoroughly as we possibly can. So
and I have one more quote. Yeah. We've been down this road many times. We've been a lot closer to packing up the bags than this before. And something my dad said when he was a coach, and when they looked like they were down and out, he said, I've seen cows sicker than this get better. And so that's what I'm going to leave you with. I've seen sicker cows than this get better.
I think we need that as a headline somehow. We need to incorporate that. So yes, put it on a shirt. Lindsey Smith says, "I've seen sicker cows than this get better." I like that. I love it.